Hey, you, watching this on YouTube. Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to skip to the game, there's a timestamp down in the description. And if you want to hear music and some banter with my chat, go ahead and hang around. If you want to help me out, hit the like button, maybe even subscribe. And if you want to hang out live, you should check out my Twitch channel. There's a link for that in the description, along with a link to Blue Sky where I keep my schedule, so you can just show up for stuff you're interested in seeing. Alright, I'm going to play that music. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for checking this out. Hey everyone, Perpalio was here. He's woken up. My post senses are tingling. Blaring, she was 17, Scott. Yeah. Smash Brothers. Stream starting. To be right back. Back to stream starting. Roller coaster tonight. Perpalio, I'm sure if he's going or if he'll be back. Who knows? No, I'm messing around because I realized there we go. Last night when Jerkface did release the bees at the end of stream, it's like, oh, my end card does not have an alert box. So I just wanted to fix that, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of live right now. I should probably have not done this while live, but oh well. Look at that. Now you guys can release the bees even when we're on the end card. Isn't that fancy? Loitering. We can finally be bees. We can be pets. We can live for 30 years. Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I had done Smash Brothers for the music either. It seemed like a good night for it, and for some reason Melee specifically was calling to me. It'd be crazy if they added that to the Switch. I kind of hope they do. I'm surprised they haven't added the original one to the N64 library. That'd be nice to have it and Melee. Speaking of roller coasters, today was crazy. Oh, how so? What happened? I saw that you finished it up. Beat Twilight Princess. Very good. Yeah, no, I was lurking for quite a bit of it, but I didn't see you finish it. I was kind of sad. The last big thing I saw before I kind of had to like, you know, not mute, but lower the volume and go off and do other things was the last fight you have with the moblin on the boar. Serene. Oh, good choice of game. Oh, good to have you in, Serene. How's it going? Loring. Broke the coffee pot. No, that's awful. Nikki bought me a new coffee machine for $5. Hey, that's good though. And Propalio for $5. Does that work? The tagline intrigued me. Right? So this is part 2 of Scott Pilgrim, but um, can't stay for long, but wanted to check for just a few minutes. Hey, that's fine. I'm always happy to have you drop in for any amount of time. But I'll go ahead and start it up here. I'm going to try to beat the 3rd level again, but I have a feeling it's going to mostly be me going back and grinding. But once we can pay off Scott's debts, it'll go pretty quick. So, but I had a little extra time tonight, so I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and start early. Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Where are we? Here we go. Ugh. Gross, Ubisoft. Lawyering says, haven't tried it yet. It is used. I gotta clean it first. Fair enough. I do not want to link anything to Ubisoft. Absolutely not. There we go. Let me know if I need to adjust volume at all. Lawyering. Also, I'm so mad at myself. I bought Taco Bell nacho sauce for wraps I made earlier, but forgot it. No! Son, I want to figure out the card for my next big show, but the thing is I am months away from it. Well, lots of time to plan at least. I texted before that. Oh. Propalio. Univers Al. Exactly. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, we'll keep it at average. And we'll stick with Kim. Audio seems low. Not surprised. Let me see if it needs it. Please let me know, and I will adjust it up or down. Alright, I still jump on once in a while. It's been a comfy game for me. Wait, when I turn my brain off. Oh, For Honor. Okay. Sorry, son, missed that one. Alright. You know what we need? Brick. The brick did not abate the crowd at all. I was very surprised, but very happy to see that when I uploaded the first part of this to YouTube, it did not trigger about 1,000 DMCA warnings. So, thank you, Anamanaguchi, for being very cool about your music not triggering that. I appreciate that more than you know. Not that any of them will ever see this video. But thank you for not being lame. Son, I think that's just me with wrestling a lot. I go on there and then just create Propelio. Audio is still quite low. If you can bump it up separately, sound effects needs to come up a little, music more. Lawyer, I remember playing the demo for this game when it was released on PS3. Right? I did too. Son, my sister has this on Switch. I actually have the Switch version as well. I have like the nice hard copy that was released by Limited Run. But it was like on sale, and I'm like, well, I wanted to do this beat 'em up for April thing. I thought it would be fun, so here we are. But I was looking up some stuff on the Steam community page for it, and a lot of people were complaining about like audio issues that they did not resolve for the PC version, and people are like, "Come on, Ubisoft, do be better than this." And there's like some reg hacky stuff you can do to actually fix the volume on the audio and sound effects. So it's not just me; it's baked into the game because the port is not a great port. But I did not feel like hacking. I didn't want to do text editing on my game, so I'm like, we'll just try to deal with it in the way that we can. So, on that note, okay, so Perpalio, up or down on music and up or down on sound effects? I guess only down on sound effects. Up on both. I think we had this last time and it drowned out the music quite a bit. Or completely drowned out the sound effects. Yeah, because now you can't even hear the sound effects. Or at least I can't. I think that's why I had it set that way. But I guess ultimately the question is this: do I need to just raise the stream volume? Like switch it back to where it was and then adjust it? My sister loves Scott Pilgrim, to be honest. My sister's a lot like Ramona because she's always dyeing her hair. Oh, that's cool though. Music is at a better level now. I would have bumped the music a couple notches, increased overall stream volume. Okay. Let's try that again. But yeah, I think I heard that the game is an 8-channel game, and for some reason the PC port only plays 2 of those channels or something like that. I'm not like a big audio guy in terms of like my general knowledge of how it works, so let's do that. I'm like, that sounds like a legitimate thing to me, although I don't know if I fully understand what that means exactly. Man. Okay. Okay, son. She might also have 7 evil X's. Oh no. Propeller. Audio good now, maybe. Speak, Poe, speak. Ah, no one wants to hear that. Alright, I have a feeling I'm gonna get obliterated soon, but that's fine. Like, we're just gonna go ahead and keep doing some money grind so that we can get our upgrades going pretty soon here. But the more money we can get, the better. Lawyering. No one wants to hear that, he says to a chat full of people who come just to hear that. I suppose. Propalio, tell us about your bees. So I've been mostly leaving them alone because honestly that's best at this point. You need to kind of like let them get comfortable with their surroundings, and harassing their nesting area too much means that they'll get scared and leave. Despite the fact that I've gotten stung twice, they are a relatively docile bee and kind of afraid of their own shadow. They are at the bottom of the food chain, so at this point I just try to leave them alone as much as I can. I get very eager because I like seeing... Yeah, continue. I like seeing what they're up to. I like checking on them and making sure they're healthy, but I try to resist that urge and just kind of like let nature go its own way. The one thing I'll do is if I get like jumping spiders that start attacking the nesting tubes, I'll relocate them and occasionally kill them if they refuse to leave the tubes alone. I had a really big female jumping spider that I had that was, I think, probably actually from last year, and remembered the bees and was sitting there and wanted to just devour them all. And I didn't have the heart to kill her, so I drove her like a mile away from the house and let her go in like kind of a wetland area. So I'm hoping that she'll be happy there. Like, well, there should be lots of bugs for you to eat. There's probably even some bees for you to eat if you really want to. But in this way, you won't be eating my bees. So there's bee update for the day. Alright, I don't give a bleep about Scott Pilgrim. I give a bleep about Poe. Well, I appreciate that. I I have a tendency to be a little bit down on myself. Forgive me. I'm trying to be a little bit better about it. So I do genuinely always appreciate you coming in and everyone who shows up. I really do. But hopefully Scott Pilgrim's kind of fun to watch too. And the music is... I really like the music. But yeah, no, thank you guys for being here. I don't say that enough. This guy. Stop blocking. Stop. There we go. Okay. Propalio. That's the plot of the series, I think, minus the Poe part. I don't know. That's wonderful. We're in protein tubes with white sauce? Huh. Propelio, gotta hype you up then. Son, so I know at least the big machines for the big show, and I need to plan 14 matches and consider the first 3 of a pre-show match. Okay, cool. Propelio, I hear Poe's gears grinding again. That they are. Screen. Holy crap, I love the music in this game. It's really good. I actually bought the soundtrack for this. I don't think they ever did a hard release, but I would have bought one if I could have. I just did. But I do, like, I don't think I've gotten the last 2 Onomanagochi albums. And it was not intentional. I think it was just, like, not having money at the time. And a lot of their releases are digital, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I like having a hard copy. I'm not quite so hipstery to get vinyls, but I do love having a CD collection, so... Son, I know the main event and big time singles match, and I know there will be a Battle Royale winner. Earns a shot at world title. That's cool, though. Sorry for the rant. No, not at all. Not a problem. There we go. Oops. Ugh. See here. And funny enough, like I'm this the movie of Scott Pilgrim introduced me to metric, and they do the song for the Clash of Demon Head, which was the first, you know, level that I started with tonight, and I was like, I wonder how much, I've been lucky. Haven't gotten too many DMCA notifications. How much would it trigger if I like dropped some metric into this stream? Probably tons. Probably all the DMCAs. Oh well. For Paleo, yes. Yeah, right. That's my guess, yeah. Oh, mine too. If I was fancy enough to do like set up multiple like audio channels, I could do it in the background and then just not have it on the VOD, but I am not fancy enough to set that up. But you still should if you're cool. Not cool enough. This is good news. We can finally be bees. It really did make me laugh. I'm gonna I will throw something together with that eventually. I just haven't had time. This is kind of a busy work week, unfortunately, which is part of the reason why I didn't give as much attention to Twilight Princess as I wanted to. Um, yeah, it's my work week usually kind of goes in like it ebbs and flows, and I never know exactly what it's going to look like from a day-to-day sort of basis, but you can usually kind of feel out how it's going to look across the week. And usually it's busy Monday and Tuesday, and then by Thursday, Friday, it starts to calm down. This was not true today. This was a wildly busy Thursday. Way busier than it normally is, so. Hence why I was lurking and not too, like, engaged. And by not engaged, I mean, I don't think I alerted my presence, but, just listening where I could. But I love Twilight Princess. I saw one of Perpalio's comments, and I don't remember if it was this stream or the previous stream. I think it was previous stream. Talking about, like, how he feels about it. And I think I am generally of a similar opinion. And I think Loitering, I agree with what you were saying too, which is sort of like, it's a little derivative of Ocarina of Time, but it's also like all the ideas of Ocarina of Time smoothed out. Like the awkward camera stuff is resolved. The gameplay balance, I feel, is relatively resolved. It looks very good. I think its graphics still hold up. And although, a little derivative, I still kind of like it more than Ocarina in terms of story. And Ocarina's great, but I love Twilight Princess. What's the top tier meme, right? This is great, but I love this. Serene, I call Buzz Buzz as my B name. Heck yes. Son. So I'm pretty sure I am in June in this game, and the big event is in April, so I have 10 months of build to do. Make sure not to book all the matches I have planned for the big show and other shows. Okay. Lori, I have a few issues with Twilight Princess. Oh, it is... it is not perfect. But since I missed, tell me, because I'm kind of curious. You're going to insult my favorite Zelda, just so you know. I'm just kidding. If I were to go back and play it one again, I choose Twilight Princess, but Ocarina of Time is the better whole product. Okay, that's totally fair. I am... most people I know are of that opinion, and you know, I think I'm more. I think I'm the weird one in this case, but it is my favorite of the two. I would pick Twilight Princess. Um, Not only would I go back and play that one first, but just in general, I really, really like it. Plus, you have Agatha, and can you really go wrong with a game that has Agatha in it? Did you collect all of her bugs? Loitering. Honestly, my biggest problem is Ganon. Okay. Ganon is the single reason for every low on TP. Oh, interesting. Jerkface. It's me, Nikki. Hi, Jerkface. Good to have you. How are you doing? Larry, and those lows are just lower than anything in Ocarina of Time. Okay. Jerkface, I hope everyone is doing great. I'm having a great night, and I'm happy that you're first. That was really loud today in my ear. That was funny. Larry, who is Agatha? Oh! Oh, you didn't meet Agatha? Oh, no. That might change your opinion. Loitering, I think you missed out on the most important part of Twilight Princess. Propalio, the real question is, did you get Malamart? I missed that, if so. Propalio, it should always be that loud. I haven't made any adjustments. It's weird. I sometimes wonder, like, where the consistency is in the audio. Is it like cosmic rays that just happen to hit at the right time and make the audio super loud, or did I really mess everything up? Which probably that I messed it up. Jerkface, yes. Even louder, I would say. I don't know if I would change his opinion. Alright, I came up with like a whole revised history of how I would have executed Twilight Princess's story. Okay. Jerkface, it should be shouted. The real thing that changed his opinion was the hidden village cats. Jerkface, I am first. Alright, and honestly, my revisions only come from the fact that it feels like that's how the game was made, and they were forced to change. This is true. Dude got hit by a bus, poor guy. I know. I think last time I felt kind of bad about it, but I think I threw someone in front of the bus. Really threw me under the bus there, literally. This time I feel it was a little bit more of his fault. Loring, should I go on a tangent? You are absolutely welcome to. Jerkface, that's why you always look both ways before crossing. Exactly. Also, did you ever notice that the traffic cone has a little... Oh, I can't pause for it. The traffic cone has a little smiley face on it. I just KO'd myself, guys. Alright. Warrior, let's go. Tangent, tangent, tangent. So first, either introduce Ganon early or not at all. Zant is clearly the main antagonist until literally his boss fight, ooh, where his character does a 180. Yeah, that's fair. And I need that 50-cent coin bad, guys. Oh, give me my money. I'm money grinding here. How dare you, game? There we go. Characters. How my mom used to wake me up for school. Oh no. Luring. Up until that point, he'd been super refined, intimidating, powerful, overwhelming, both Midna and Link. Like nothing. He should have been in Hyrule Castle. Yeah, I was, Ganon felt, I'll be honest, felt a little forced into it. I will, I will say that. I think I was more okay with it. Exactly what we discussed after stream. Twilight section post Sky City pre-Ganon felt like filler. Felt like it was made purely so Zant would be the main antagonist and felt like a last minute backtracking. I liked the last I liked the visual style on the last. Oh no! Piggy's come back. I like the style of that dungeon, but the dungeon itself was not spectacular. I did like that we got some closure with the pig, not pig, the Moblin general though. That I did actually enjoy. Ganon's fight also felt like filler. 4 phases of the worst boss fight in the game, when Zan had the best that actually takes you through your journey front to back before you can beat him. Changes animation so he's less silly, and boom, perfect final boss. Propeller King Boblin is the man. Son. So is he what I'm going to say about the main event for the big show? These names are for sure not involved in the main event. Loitering Nikki, Nightbat, and 75% chance Mushy. Completely depends on how I want to book the PPV in November of the game. Okay. It'll be exciting to see, though, son. So I'm looking forward to it, either way. You may somehow commandeer Ganon's power. In defeating him, release Ganon, oh boy, from his control, and you slam Ganon in that way would have been more acceptable, I guess. There we go. Um, I would say everything you've said I agree with. But I will say this, I didn't hate the last Ganon, the fight with Ganon, but it's been so long since I've played that part. Having Ganon be this puppeteer who ultimately still wasn't doing anything or masterminding anything, just taking Hyrule Castle randomly. Ganon's inclusion wasn't just unnecessary, but ham-fisted. Yes. Ah, Ganoush. Alright. There we go. Got my bus money. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Excuse me, sorry. Son, the thing is, the main event would be a match where our trilogy has already happened. It's 2-1, and if the main event to work, Mushi would have to win one more match between the two, but that could work for him and earn a shot at the world title. Alright. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Coughing and hacking. Alright, let's see if we can... Because I think grinding has gotten us pretty much to where we need to be. Oh, these guys are the worst. Also, the puppet fight, beast fight, horseback fight. Whoever taught Zelda archery needs to needs to die. And then the last fight was the only half decent part of it. If you land the chance right away into finish, you can end the fight in literal seconds. Yeah, I don't think I was good enough to do that, which might have aggressively colored how I felt about it. Alright, here we go. Best weapon in the game. I want my quarter, darn it. These are the worst. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Oh, I missed Propelio. Sorry about that. I think the simplest fix really is to do as you said. Never include Ganon in the first place. He's not the main antagonist in every Zelda game. Not even that early in on the series, there have been non-Ganon main antagonists. But yeah, I would not be surprised if in the slightest, if someone higher up at Nintendo told them to include Ganon late into dev or something. Loitering. Game honestly would have made it in my top 10, maybe top 5 of time if those two dungeons wasn't such a blowout, because I was having a ball up until that point, knocking out 5 and 6 hour streams when usually I cap 3. Yeah, I saw that those were going really long. Yeah, no, it does kind of fumble at the end. I don't put this nearly in the same league, but Mass Effect 3 really dropped the ball at the end, like notoriously so, and it colored how much people felt about the game as a whole. But I loved Mass Effect 3 up until the end. Like, I felt that the game itself was pretty much spectacular, except for that. And I do understand people like, it's so bad that it ruined everything else. But I think, ultimately, I was willing to forgive the ending because the rest of it was just so gosh darn good. But I agree, I felt that Xant should have really just stayed the main focus, and it was unfortunate that they felt the need to shoehorn Ganon in at the end. I think I kind of understand why they did, from a like a hey, we got to do this standpoint. But I think it would have been better had they just left Xant. Also, I will disagree with you slightly. I liked Xant's weird, creepy, goofy movements. It felt very jarring and sort of this kind of creepy, unsettling sort of way, but that's just me. Propalio, the Triforce, or Loitering says, Propalio, the Triforce isn't even relevant to make it necessary to hand fist him in there. Wow, endings can really ruin an otherwise good thing. Loitering, honestly, if they didn't do that, they could have easily had a sequel with Ganon to build off Twilight Princess. That would have been great. Son, like the plan for is for Mushy to challenge and win the title, hold it a month, and then lose it to spend September, October, November chasing the world title. And as of now, the plan is for Mushy to put up his ability to challenge and get the belt while the champion is the champ. If he loses this, that's the plan, but it could change leading up to the show. And there's a high chance that Mushy loses that match in November. Boy, I love Zant, but they make him so silly and cartoony after he was so serious the entire time just to discredit him in advance of Ganon's introduction. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I think for me, it's kind of the way he acts is sort of like unsettling, and I kind of like that about the fight. All right, let's try this. All right. All right. Chest full of toonies. Oh, good God. Oh my gosh. That's the thing I don't like about this game, and that's why, like, yeah, why I'm taking the time to grind is that it is the most efficient way to get your stats up. It is a little, I don't think it's cheesy per se, but it is definitely like, you know, maybe not the exact route that the game intended, but I found that there's actually cheesier ways to train, so I'm gonna I'm gonna say that this isn't the worst. Alright. Alright, they absolutely could have kept Sant creepy with similar movements if they didn't make him literally slapstick, jumping around holding his toe when you hit it with the ball and chain and stuff. It's clear it was an effort to try to make Ganon look better. Sant may be the best boss fight I've played in Zelda yet, though. It was pretty good. Probably. I don't think the ending bits of TP ruined it to that degree for me, though. I've hated other endings more. I don't like the Twilight Dungeon, and the Zant fight is fun. I agree with Larry. It's cartoony, didn't work for me. I like the Hyrule Castle dungeon for the most part. It's fun, less raw, but it isn't like annoyingly hard. But isn't like really annoyingly hard. It's more fun and does good build up for the final fight. It's a mood setting dungeon. Sun says, but I do have another plan for the trilogy between the guy who will beat Mushy and for the belt and Mushy. Alright, like I said, Nick Ganon and the Twilight Dungeon put more serious ant fight after the Hyrule Castle dungeon, and you could have gold. Will Poe do this before the car blows up? He did it! Oh my goodness, how did he manage that? There we go. Alright, can he beat Captain America? Son, Mushy would have to win in November and then hold it for December. Loses in January, and we can go forward with the main event. Currently have planned. Okay. Alright. Okay, and this is where Captain America absolutely obliterates me. Taken out by a skateboard. Betrayed by the thing he loved most. There we go. Lawyer, you can be a pet. You can live for 30 years. This is good news. We can be bees. Son, good choice. You may be in the women's title match, not sure, but you'll have a match on the show. Good chance not choice. Mm. Jerkface has uh, the best choice in emotes. I thought you were complimenting me, whatever. Waiting, Poe, Propalio, you're Zelda fans. I may have asked this, but I'm asking again because these streams be late, so I might be late. Uh-oh. Link Between Worlds, should I do it on stream or off? I've never played that one. Jerkface, my emote choices are 10 out of 10. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I have no opinion on Link Between Worlds, but if you did play it on stream, I would try to watch it because I'd love to see it since I've never seen it. Are you sure? I really should see Invincible. I do hear it is great. And I will say that, you know, if for no other reason, I love me some J.K. Simmons so much. That voice is one I could listen to all day. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love Morgan Freeman's voice, and he does have a great voice. Or Patrick Stewart, or Ian McKellen, all of them have spectacular voices, but... And J.K. Simmons, I could just listen to him all the time. Loading. Invincible Brain Rot is a whole different level of me content. I believe that. What happened there? Did I slip on the ground, or did I like hit myself with a bat while running? What? I am confusion. Jerkface. I imagine Skull Guy sounding like J.K. Simmons. Well, that's why Bob finds him so hot. That makes perfect sense. Tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to get that little kid all grown up. Something to look forward to. Well, all grown up, because he'll be a permanent child, but at least he'll be like a functioning child and not just a baby in a bassinet. Oh, good golly. Son, I got a J.K. Simmons emote. Yes! Good choice. Excellent choice. Right. J.K. Simmons in Baldur's Gate did a fantastic job and did not get near enough screen time. Oh! Is he in Baldur's Gate 3? Face, the reason Bob is willing to... His voice is one of the main antagonists. Oh, what? Okay. I got Baldur's Gate 3 and then I never played it. And like I love Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I mean, that's what got me to be such a BioWare fan. I've been kind of disappointed with them lately, but like, my love for BioWare stems from Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And I know Larian did 3, but you know, I was so excited because I felt that Larian felt like they cared about the material. They wanted to do a really great job, and I was super stoked for it. And I got it, and I even have a computer that can run it. And then I think I played about 10 minutes of it, and I'm like, cool, this is great, I want to play this some more, and then never played it anymore. Alright guys, word for the wise, do not hit a basketball with a baseball bat. It just does not work out very well. Let J.K. Simmons guide you through BG3. Thank you for loving the Emopo. I genuinely do. That's such a good one. I don't think I'm going to make it, guys, but I really want to make it to the subspace highway so I can get some money. Can Poe make it just a little further? Okay, run right in the door. Kim! Oh my goodness, alright. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna go slow so I can hit as many piggy banks as I can. It's fine. Normally miss one row of them anyway. Ah, that could have been better, but we'll take what we can get. Ah, okay, well that was still pretty okay. Oh no, 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 we're getting the piggy bank. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna zip back because I missed a couple. Propellia, whatever you'd like. Very helpful, I know. Like Poe, I haven't played Between Worlds, but it looks very much like a spiritual successor to Link to the Past in a fun way, and I'd love to see it, or parts of it, if MS streams. Loitering. Poe finally does a 18 plus 3 minutes BG3 collab with Loitering. It's kind of tempting. I just don't know if I would be able to fit it into my schedule. The soonest I can usually start is 10, which is, I apologize, like, it's always so late, and I feel bad that you guys stay up so late watching these. So Nikki and I have an old friend who wants to say hi. Ooh. Propelio, lock in Poe. Licking the dog, yeah. Learning. I gotta try out the capture card if it arrives tomorrow, but that might be our next story game then. It's only 15 to 20 hours apparently, so 4 to 7 streams roughly. Okay. Fit into your schedule if I get to... I'd fit it into your schedule if I get to collab with 18 plus Poe. 18 plus Poe might just be like regular Poe. Just the content of the game is 18 plus. Poe will still try to be PG to PG-13. Well, game over. But that's actually fine, because we can start right next to the store. Alright guys, here we go, here we go. Scott's late fees, you say? Alright, here we go. Let's watch Shaolin Masters. Uh-oh, look at this. Uh-oh. Learning old was definitely correct description. I want to hear Poe say bad words. For Pally. I don't know if... I think Poe's going to drop some tier 4 swears in an 18 plus stream. Son, did you not see the pic I sent of him earlier in your Discord? Jerkface, I do not. It feels against the law. Well, I think I told you guys, if you go... I'm not... Okay, this is me not... okay. I'm not plugging my YouTube, I promise. But if you look up my Night in the Woods VODs on YouTube, you can hear me do some swears. Because there was at least one or two in there. I was trying to self-censor as I was reading the dialogue. And that's probably the most PG-est game that I've played. PG-13-iest game. I definitely have a couple swears in there. For probably oppose a salty sailor. The saltiest. Poe is lie, I swear guy. Or he's plugging his YouTube. Boo the man. Exactly. So these rules are always meant to be bent. Jerkface, I'm looking this up later. Also, having watched the four or the seven Shaolin Masters 4 times, Kim is now an absolute destructive force. The clash of Demon Head does not stand a chance. I don't know, guys, but I'm gonna say it. I think it was worth grinding.
I am first.
I am first. I highly amused by these guys up here right above me. No! Why did I jump into that? That was ridiculous. Alright. Those guys are fighting over you. Literally. Also, the baseball bat has really come in handy. Alright. Alright, Kim is now invincible. And as strong as I am, like, the later levels are still tough enough, I feel like, that it'll be a little bit difficult here and there. Okay. That was pretty good. I'll take that. Repelio, stop, stop. He's already dead. I was going to make a joke that wasn't explicit enough that Poe would censor himself, but explicit enough that he'd wish he had. No! Why did I do that? I got gritty. Gritty. Oh man, I'm tired. I got greedy. Oh well. I bet you I can take down a... Yeah, I missed the Mario block. I saw the quarter. I'm like, I bet I can get this quarter without hitting the screen. The screen transition. Wearing gritty? Yes. Son, Bryan Cranston singing Locked Out of Heaven was not on my 2026 bean card. For Palio. Those are the best kind. Alright, I think if we do one more through the first level, I can max out my stats. And then it'll be relatively smooth sailing. Let's do that. One more trip and then we'll continue on. will regret the day they've heard of Kim Pines. Uh, I don't know what I said to make you say this, but it was probably something good. I don't remember either, unfortunately. I always love putting Twitch clips up on YouTube. People actually tend to watch those, but the problem is I was like, I don't think this one will fit well because the joke's not there. I didn't read it. The reaction was good, but who knows what it was. Lost to time, unfortunately. It's like a volcanic crater. No one saw the volcano, they only saw what it left behind. It was a mystery. There we go. I'm proud of past me though, gotta keep you on your toes. You succeeded. Hello, Perpalio. I felt so bad. I did not mean it that way. I'm so tired that day. Perpalio, I wonder if there's a Paul Blart video game. Tell you what, guys, if I can get if there's a Paul Blart game that's not like a inappropriate fan game. I don't think there is, thankfully. If I get to 300 followers, I'll do a Paul Blart game if there's an official one. Again, that is PG rated. Paleo clips are always the best. They are pretty good. Hey, loitering. Inappropriate fan game. Poe, what kind of fan base do you think is out there for that movie? Yeah. Who knows? I missed the pigs. I missed all the pigs. What is this? No! What's happening? Also, it seems like the game gave me a lot less that time. And I've seen that happen. Like, I've played this enough to know that occasionally the game glitches and doesn't give you what it's supposed to, but that's okay. I don't need your money anymore. Well, I do, but not for much longer. Much like Midna, I'm only using a fraction of my power. Or Shaggy. For probably there's non-zero chance there's a very inappropriate fan game starring Paul Blart son. So WWE champion did something funny at a boy, I can't even talk. WWE fan event. Fairface. If there isn't, I'm going to be funding the game making of one. Oh no. Propalio, simply by questioning its existence manifests it somewhere in a dark corner of the internet. Some context, he is playing Guile in the Street Fighter movie, so at the fan event, he came out dressed as Guile. That's cool. Everyone's welcome ahead of time. For Palio, I was going to say I missed that Midna character trait. Lawyering, I see. I'm seeing browser games, but no official console releases. Yeah, I don't know if it counts then. Ooh. Hey, what are my stats looking like? Okay, so 60. So 4 more should max me out because I think the max is 100. 2. 3. 4. Alright, and let's get some mystical heads, which is 1-ups. Stocked up. For Palio. But if they're PG though, luring. If only Paul Blart was 20 years earlier, would have Paul Blart Mall Cop on the SNES. Dude, we totally would have. Another indication we're on the worst timeline. Alright. 8 lives. Fully max stats. Ooh. Oh, that hit so good. He's being sucked in by his gravitational pull. Lawyering, the real indication of none of y'all have seen Paul Blart. Heathens. Alright, here we go. It looks like it's free with ads on YouTube right now. Oh no. Lawyering, depends if I'm still into Zelda. Maybe I should start a sub goal around summer. Do a Link cosplay for Halloween stream, tunic and all. That'd be pretty fun, actually. Like, I mean, even as, like, if you're not, like, still into it, like, that's kind of a fun costume idea. You know what I mean? Guys, I'm too strong. I can't pick up my quarter anymore. Palio says that would be fun. I agree. And Lurk says Nikki keeps calling him Paul Bark. Alright, let's see how Mr. Patel handles a fully armed and operational Kim Pine. Not very well. Propelio, dang Poe, are you ever going to beat this level? Never. He could if he watched Paul Blart. Unfortunate, I guess. It's just going to be this level over and over again. Alright, we are going to make the Clash of Demon Head look like a bunch of chumps right now, is what we're going to do. We are going to move the story along. And then it was time for the Clash at Demon Head. Tonight on Poe Sings Metric Songs. I actually karaoke'd Black Sheep once. It was awful. Great song. Not, I am not a good singer. Or probably did? Oh, I heckin' did, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, karaoke stream when? Never. Absolutely never. And yes, I understand that the idea of karaoke is not to be good, it's to have fun. However, no. If you want to see my subscribers drop in real time, or not subscribers, my followers drop in real time. However, yes, no. Loitering tomorrow, absolutely not. Plus it would be DMCA nightmare. There's a YouTuber I watch, which is entirely for Palio's fault. Ordinary Sausage, and he does dumb sausage parodies that he sings wildly out of key, about 2 seconds worth, in his streams, and he was getting DMCA claims for that. So no, I'm not doing karaoke. What if I go over there and get absolutely hammered? Probably still no. What if Propalio did a drunk karaoke stream? Yeah, there we go. What about you, Propalio? You could do a karaoke stream. Did I just scare them all away? Drunk Poe would say yes. Sick Poe might also say yes, but Sick Poe is not to be trusted. This is also true. Drunk Poe would say bad words. Drunk Poe would possibly say bad words. I don't know. I think you sort of experienced drunk po once when I was like sick as heck, and I like well, I'm off of work because I called in sick 'cause I'm like was felt like I was dying and made myself a hot toddy and was getting rather tipsy while you were streaming. So, and I think I still managed to not say any bad words. That'd be a wild stream. Yes, it would. For Palio, here you go, first time. Lori, I'm pretty sure you said bad word or bad word. I don't think I did. Son, gotta go, guys. Thank you for coming in. Have a great night. See you soon, son. For Palio Wild first stream, indeed. Oh, here we go. There we go. Alright. So we have to move through this because there's a wall of psychic vegan energy coming towards us. Todd's a vegan. Exactly. It's got all that vegan power. Base battle fight. Well, of course he is. Have you ever met a Todd that's not a tool? Moto's third evil ex-boyfriend, dating Envy Adams, cheating on her too. Age unknown. Like, oh hey Superman. There. Garbage can gets it. Ooh, and a 1-up. Alright, here we go. Alright. Loitering. Yep. Yes, indeed. The artist who did the art for this is kind of known for that. And I think I mentioned that I do like their art, but be warned if you check it out because yeah, it is would not be safe for my stream. Let's put it that way. Would not be safe often for a lot of Twitch. Um, yeah, his art would generally probably get you a Twitch ban. Let's put it that way, or at least a vacation from Twitch, as they say. Probably I've been refraining from commenting on that, especially in some of the background. Yeah, Poe is telling us to go check out this artist. Wait, I know it's not safe for work artists when I see it. While you and Nikki weren't here, he was like, "Go check this out," and I did, and there were, yes. Wait, I missed one stream, right? Well, see, I was when you guys didn't show up last time. It's like, oh, but this is a game that even like this is Canada. This is like it felt weird with you guys not here, and I was like being all like, look, it's a loony and it's a toonie, and here I was, and I was like extolling the virtues of Canada, saying how it's like the best place. You guys weren't even here to hear it. Is Vancouver, I believe. I think it's supposed to be Toronto, if I remember. Oh, word to the wise: don't jump off the train. Good gracious! We're in Canada. No, no, it doesn't. Propalio Ripozo, I know. I'm sure it has its flaws, like every country does, but I'm sure it's also really nice in a lot of ways. Of course, I say this not being not being a Canadian and having no real knowledge. Propeller had that round in the chamber. I didn't even realize you died yet. He always has that ready. Propeller, I haven't lived there, so I couldn't say. All I can say, I'd rather be right there right now, I think. Toronto particularly sucks. It's basically New York. Oh, there we go. Including people putting on fake Jamaican accents. Oh no. Oh, this is perhaps one of my favorite musical tracks of the entire game. I would love to visit Canada someday. I've never been outside of the US. Hey, same. Canada seemed like a cool place to go. I'd love to go to Australia too, to be honest. That seems like a fun place to go. But traveling is way out of my price range right now, unfortunately, and probably will be for quite some time. Alright, unless you're visiting us, go to Scotland or something. Basically America without a tangerine in office. Yeah. But I figured part of this is probably going to sound weird, but I figured something that would be fun about going or make it easy to go is that culturally, like I've always felt that Canada and the US are relatively close. And so having that close culture, it's like, oh, come visit and just kind of, you know, see some cool cities and check out some cool places and stuff and not, stress about like, you know, accidentally doing or saying something heinous and offending the locals. Propelio sounds totally hit you up. Oh, goodness gracious, how many of these are there? Oh, why can't I hit them? Ooh. There's very little culture shock, yeah. Same extent, why not travel nationally if you're just looking to see cool stuff? you know where you know where I be. Um, I don't know. I mean, I I guess part of it for me is that like I mean, I haven't even traveled that much in the US. I actually have a good reason to like want to go to Canada, which may be very selfish. With as many health problems as I have, if I had like health issue while I'm on the road, uh, Canada wouldn't be like, well, I see your insurance isn't, we won't take your insurance here. I guess you're just going to die. Whereas in the US, that's kind of like what can happen, or it's going to be like $1 million and you will live forever in debt. And in Canada, they'd be like, well, yeah, you're not a citizen, but we're not going to let you die, and we're not going to charge you an arm and a leg for services. So there is that aspect of it. Well, let's take the subspace highway for Paladin because that's even more expensive. Yeah, boring. I mean, we do have a vast ecosystem, so I kind of understand it. I mean, and that is too. Like, I like. Okay, I'm wildly out of shape, and I don't want to pretend that I'm not, but I like hiking, and you guys have some absolutely gorgeous forests up there. And if I were to visit and I wasn't going all the way across Canada, but I was just going to more like local Canada, I would probably be going to like the BC uh, province and like exploring the forests around there and the coast. I imagine are like just stunning. So, I think Canada would be a more affordable out of the U.S. location to visit. There's that too because I could also drive to. I could drive to Canada and I wouldn't have like it wouldn't be the worst thing. It'd be a bit of a drive for me, but it's not like you know, I could get there within a day. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't have to fly. Or it could be like cool and take a train or something. Wait, dude, our healthcare is still garbage, even if universal. It just means everything more clogged up and doctors are more suspicious of you because how accessible it is for people with medication dependencies. Oh, that's no fun. I live half an hour off the Buffalo border. Yeah, and I know you, I remember one of Jerkface's streams a long time ago now, but going to Niagara, that was a lot of fun. So I know you guys aren't too far away from that borderline, but yeah. But no, if I ever find myself on the East Coast and heading up that way, I'll try to reach out to you guys. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever make it over. It'd be nice. And there's a part of me that would enjoy traveling a lot, but like I've said, a lot of health issues that make stuff like that kind of difficult. I have a hard time just honestly traveling in my own state. So, Repalia. Oh, don't worry, ours is clogged up too, even if we have good insurance. Yeah, I'll say that, and I don't want to. Okay. Generally, try to not be too political, but yeah, the big lie that I don't know if you guys get this in Canada or not, hearing about how much better it would be, is that no, our healthcare system is clogged and terrible. And I mean, it is hot garbage. If I need to get like a dental appointment, unless it's an emergency, it's like 6 months out. And I have very good health insurance through my job. If I want to see medical, like my physician, it can sometimes be 2 or 3 months out. And this is with like super expensive health insurance. If anyone in Canada ever tells you that the US system is better, they're lying to you. It is a absolute poop show, and we pay through the nose. People go bankrupt. They're trying to bring back like debtor jail to people, and you still have to wait a million years to see anybody. The only way that you get to see anybody now is pretty much like you either pay through the nose to like an urgent care clinic, and it's usually expensive as heck, or you go to the emergency room. So, and that's what a lot of people do, is they go to the emergency room because at least they know they'll be seen that day. So no, our system is terrible. It is absolutely hot, smelly garbage. And there's Poe's political rant for the day. The only difference is we have to, we just go absolutely bankrupt from it. Wait, I don't know. The only real thing I've heard is personally, I don't know, was my friend's dad went to the US and paid his back surgery because the difference was years, but that was also 10 years ago. Oh, it's progressively gotten worse in 10 years. So, and post-COVID, a lot of doctors have quit. It was, I don't know what it was like over there, but here COVID like made a lot of people um, quit medical profession. Roxanne Richter, Ramona's fourth evil ex-boyfriend, gender female. So there's less doctors in the system now, and so no, it's not great here. And I could see people doing something like that, you know, for expediency for certain things. But no, it's okay, so another story. My cousin needed shoulder surgery. Um like needed. He was losing um use of his arm. And the it took it like the doctor's like, you really need to get this done like immediately, because if not, you're going to lose permanent use of your arm. And it still took him 8 months to get a surgery scheduled, and was a lot of money. So yeah, no, it's bad here. It's very bad. But it like, yeah. Ooh, Mr. Chow. I can actually hit this man. He's gone. Okay, here we go. Wait, is Minish Cap any good? I've never played that one either. Other than Link's Awakening, I've never played any of the Um, any of the handheld ones, I don't think. Probably, I think it really depends on the particular health issue. It can really vary person to person and country to country. Healthcare is complicated. A friend of mine from England who lives here now asked what they thought of the healthcare system difference, since they experienced both England's universal and the US's whatever the heck we have. And they said England any day of the week, lol. But that's one opinion. Probably, I hear very good, but I haven't played it. Yeah, I think I've heard the same, but yeah, no experience with it. I played a little bit of, was it Spirit Tracks or Phantom Hourglass? I think it was Hourglass, and I hated it. So that's the only one I think I cannot recommend. Night of Terror. The twins are unstoppable. This track is also pretty spectacular. All right. Okay. Propelio says, I think the big thing is that the US doesn't have an excuse for having a really bad healthcare system. It could definitely pull its head out of its butt, but doesn't. Yeah, we're very angry about this. Yeah, generally, most people in the US are frustrated with the way the healthcare system is, but largely we can't do anything about it because even the, you know, I don't know, political in the United States we have a far right party and we have a centrist party as the two main political parties. And even the centrist party, who sometimes kind of, wants to make healthcare better, seems to fail at making it better almost all of the time. And the far right party is just like, yeah, let people die. So, and so that's what we have. So it's frustrating, and I'm being generous by saying it that way because I could say a lot worse things. If you really want to get post swearing, no. Okay. So the previous one was my second favorite track. This is my first favorite. This one is incredible. All right. Uh, GBA library on NSO is pretty underwhelming. Yeah. Learning we have far too many excuses. Political indeed. Propelio, this is how you get POTUS. Yeah. When phone might die. Oh, no worries. Um, Rip Buzz. 2%. Ooh, yeah, that is close. Don't don't feel bad, and yeah, we'll see you when you get back, or if you need to go to bed. No worries, and I appreciate you coming in. I always do. I hope you have a great night. If I don't catch you afterwards, no worries. I'm worried. Trickface. I saw blood all over the seats in the waiting room. Literally human poo in the waiting room last time I went to the hospital. People reported to the staff. Didn't get cleaned for 6 hours. Way in the area of the hospitals. When I was a kid, I had cleaning standards. These have gone out the window. That's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. 1%. Oh no. Oh no. Robot oh 01 joined the party. Invented by the twins. Size small. I think it's just the placement of where Kim is in this, but like I think she defaults to the far left of the little bar there. It's so weird. Like she's kind of like she's just hanging out in the back. I think I beat you, little robot. Sorry. Oh, I didn't even get any money from that. Or like robot, no fun. And we see Gideon in the background. And I think this level's being collapsed by um, the boss. So I think we're kind of in this, like, we need to hurry because the level will be destroyed. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh my gosh. These guys are so frustrating. Alright. Ooh, there's a hidden store. Ah, I think we're good. Alright, here we go. I always mess this up, chat, so let's see if I can get up here without dying. Ooh, that was a close one. I don't think there's ever been a time I haven't made it, that I've actually made it up without falling at least once. Oh, there we go. Thankfully the game's pretty generous, it just takes a little bit of health, but... One isn't bad, I'll take one. Alright. Super Fighting Robot, invented by the twins. Size maximum. Okay. Jerkface, when I was a kid, hospitals used to smell like bleach. Now I notice they don't seem to have to smell at all. I'm not sure. So much has changed, not in a good way when it comes to healthcare. I believe that. I believe that. Um, alright. Let's go ahead and we'll finish this up. And then I'll stop and we'll finish this the game up next time. The music is so good. Puppy, you punched the puppy, I did. I like Dobermans too, they're really cute. Wait, this guy, come on. He better be down, there we go. Oh. Hit by the dragonfire. I think I just got someone off screen, there we go. Oh, come on, good golly. Boy, this guy. Snick. You just got snecked. So the one problem at this point in the game is if you've upped your speed to the maximum, it gets a little hard to control. Flying whatever these are. Goodness golly. I live. Welcome back. And I am dead. The flying cannonballs were too much, chat. I will live for 30 years. You can be bees. You can be pets. This is great news. Trick is longer. Yes, the goal is to ultimately, despite the meme, loitering must live forever. We can finally do and be bees. This is good news. Alright, here we go. Steak. The twins' lair. Kyle and Kevin K. Ramona's fifth and sixth evil boyfriends. Powers being Japanese. My goal is one day to have Poe at work randomly go, "This is good news," and then have an existential crisis about how I've warmed into his brain. How do you know I haven't already? Win! That was easy. Oh my gosh, I just realized Double Dragon. Oh. It was in front of me this whole time, chat. Oh my goodness. Rick versus coworkers. What the heck are you talking about? I think that's how they normally react to everything I say. I have this bad habit of like jumping topics in my head and then like being very non sequitur. I try to like be careful about it on stream, but I do it all the time in real life, and I think my coworkers are just like, where did you go from we you went all the way from A to like Z and we missed every step in between. Wait, post boss. We've taken a look at our income for this quarter and we're up 30%. We're gonna give you a bonus. This is good news. We can finally be bees. Boss, never mind. Yes. I thought I just beat Mr. Chow. Do I have to fight him again? Or is this just for fun? Well, I guess. I guess he just wants to fight for the fun of it. Mr. Chow, why? What if his boss is into being a bee? Boss promotion. Snuck a pun into the last joke and I don't think anyone picked up on it. I did. I've missed it. Oh, 30% you can Oh boy. I see it now. Alright. Smart loitering. Indeed. Sneaky. Everything is planned. I say nothing without meaning. There's levels to this. It's over here playing 4D chess. Propelli, honestly, if your employer isn't down with you being a bee, is that even somewhere you want to work? That's hard to tell. I could say any place working with bees can be a real sweet place to be, though. You know, being a worker it's tough. Sometimes you drone on and on. Probably the true test is to make yourself a bee fursuit and wear it to work and see how your boss reacts. No, thank you. Jerkface, if your employer ain't down with the bees, he ain't down with me. Propelio, post stop talking. Hey, good news. Good news, everybody. Um, it is time. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate y'all. Um, if you're new here, hanging out, thank you for checking out my stream. If you want to help me out, hit that follow button. If you like this and you want to see my previous stream of Scott Pilgrim or any of the other things I've been playing recently, you can see, or even far in the past. You can check out my YouTube channel. There's a link for that on the About tab on my Twitch page. I've been doing beat 'em ups for April just for fun, and we did TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. We did are doing River City Girls 1. I'm doing Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Gonna be doing some Streets of Rage on Saturday. So yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to. And lots of good stuff that is coming out on the tubes in VOD form. So if that sounds good, go check those out. Propelio for being here. Yep. Loitering Poe already made a being joke. Jerkface me when my employer says he hates bees. Bee Tim ups. Propelio was tuning him out after he started doing his puns. Jerkface, behave. Alright, but thank you guys so much. Tomorrow we'll be doing The Sims. And yeah, Saturday we'll be doing some Streets of Rage and maybe some Echo. We'll see how it plays out time-wise. So, alright. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon, I hope.
I am first. I am first.
I'm going to release the bees.
I am first. I am first. I am first.
So I am confusion.
I am first.